don't even know what today is. What is today? It's a little weird, but we'll go with it. Hey guys, I am the Katie behind Katie DeGroff Knits and the Katie Knits podcast. And a huge warm welcome if you are new here, and a hey, welcome back if you are a returning watcher. This is my little corner of the YouTubeverse where I talk about all things knitting and making with yarn and all that jazz, with some randomness thrown in for fun, for good measure. So, today is episode 7, and it is, I don't even know what today is. What is today? Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, April 29th. Totally didn't write that down. Totally forgot about that. You guys won't be seeing this until Friday, May 2nd, so we're going to pretend like it's Friday, because Friday we have a new release. Yeah! I'm drinking my delightful coffee out of my Kelly B. Justice mug. I'll totally link her below. She's awesome. Love her mugs. Definitely want some more. I have these little shelves on the sides of my kitchen cabinets framing my kitchen window. Kind of thinking I may just want to put mugs up there. I tried the whole plant thing. The girls got me some string of pearls that I killed. Yep, they totally died. I totally forgot about them. They were up there and they were doing fine, and I just forgot. So, succulents and houseplants and Katie don't get along. We don't get along. I tried so hard. I even joined a succulent of the month club because I wanted to decorate my whole kitchen ledge with them. Yeah, they all died. I've one houseplant that is this mystery. It was a mystery hanging plant from Lowe's or Home Depot or something. And I propagated so much of it. I have it in 3 pots. I have 2 right down here in our living room, and then I've got 1 in my kitchen. It's crazy. But I am keeping the orchid alive still. On today's episode, we have a new release. I have some dip news. Super fun dip news with that. Do have a little bit of happy mail and, a little bit of life updates. Without further ado, it's new release day. It's new release day for Playing Favorites. I am so excited about this piece. So first off, before I get into the nitty gritty, I'm going to give you a little rundown of the backstory of Playing Favorites. So, I have loved, ever since I created this body stitch pattern on my Miracle Pill Cowl. This is my Miracle Pill Cowl, and I've loved it, and I've wanted to use it again in a design. So that's been in the back of my mind. Then, another piece I just can't get out of my mind are these seed stitch cables from my Chivalry Shawl. This is my Chivalry Shawl. But I loved these seed stitch cables, and they're ridiculously easy. Love them. Then, recently published design is my Beautifully Broken Shawl. And I loved this 2x1 color work ribbing. I started thinking, I have been in a retro phase lately. And if you guys have been following me along this year, you know that. The colors and the feels and the fabrics and all that jazz. I just had that in my mind. And I had this kit from Plucky. It was originally a kit that was created for my secret ingredient mystery knit along earlier this year that Brandy from Plucky Knitter had actually used in her sample. Loved the way it knit up. So of course I had to grab one. And as soon as I cast it on, I grabbed another because, again, if you follow me, I'm crazy like that. When I find a favorite, if I'm able to, I grab more. So I have it if I want to make something with that same color grouping again. I wanted to create something that was mindless. At the time that I designed this shawl, I had a lot of the potential for car knitting coming up, TV knitting. I wanted something that I could work on during those times. Travel well, that I didn't necessarily have to pay super close attention to a pattern. Didn't want to do that during this time. That is where these 3 stitch patterns got married and had a beautiful baby. And that was really weird, but it came out of my mouth, so we're going to keep it. That is where the Playing Favorite shawl originated from and came from. Believe it or not, it may look super complicated, but the entire thing is easy, mindless knitting. And once you have the repeat down or where you're going, boom, done. You pick up the body pattern repeat about here, and then you just work it. Great for throwing it in the car, great for sitting it next to the TV and watching whatever. Same thing with the color work. As soon as you pick up where the colors go, boom, you just work X number of rows. Even the cables are super easy. I split the seed stitch cable and I put half and half instead of doing a whole cable. Thought that was fun. I wanted to change it up a little bit. And I had to run it symmetrical down the center. Just had to. I can't have it be wonky or weird. So I ran it symmetrical. For all, you people out there that have OCD like I do too. It's I have to have everything in an order. I love it. And all of my testers said the same feedback. It was great mindless knitting. They took it on the go. Hey, I need something. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm going to go outside and knit and sit in my chair. Grab it, go. It was wonderful. I just threw her on. The body portion leaves you plenty of fabric. If you want to wear it down lower, you can, and this nicely will expand. You don't have to fuss with it. If you want it to be shorter, tighter, up closer to your neck, boom, done. You want to wear it over your shoulder. How fun is that? I will have a whole styling video out for you on this shawl, on the Playing Favorite shawl. So I will link that up above so you can see how I style it, how I wear it, the size it is. It's a very generous size without being too big. It's definitely not too small. I loved it. My testers loved it. You can go see their wonderful projects on Ravelry, and I will splash them all over Instagram as well, and probably make a short for here for those of you who are not on Ravelry. But the consensus was this is a winner. So the Playing Favorite shawl is 40% off on Ravelry and Etsy, no code needed, until midnight Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, May 9th. So for the next week, you can enjoy a generous savings on that. So go grab it, get your hands on it. Now, I am going to get into the amazing news from the Plucky Knitter. They have created 10, yes, I said that right, 10 different kits for this shawl in 2 bases. They're primo fingering, you want a little softness and touch cashmere, or you want a non-superwash, which is their legacy fingering, which is what I used, if you want the slightest bit of tooth. It's a beautiful non-superwash base. I love it. You've heard me preach about it. I love it. But it is available in 2 bases, 10 kits. They're all 15% off for a limited time, and they include the pattern. So you will get a digital code to download the pattern for free. So if you do plan on buying a kit from Plucky in the next short amount of time or so, just go grab yourself a kit and you'll get the pattern too. So I am going to go through the kits and color options. Before I do that, I do want to make a little note about color order. This is definitely a piece where you could use a highly variegated color in A, which is the brown, or B, which is the red. I would not recommend using a highly variegated color on C, which is this cream. just because it will get lost in the cables. The cables will get lost in them rather. That is literally the only suggestion I have for color. That's it. They can be used in any order. They can be used anyway, anything you want. I had testers use light colors. I had testers use dark colors on the cables. I personally love a cable in a dark color. I don't think they get lost. I think they shine. So my only suggestion, if you do want to use a highly variegated color, have it be A or B, not C. But that's it. Anyway, back to the Plucky kits. There are 10. I am going to go through them. I wrote them all down for you. And I'm also going to scooch over here a little bit so I can give myself some room to put the pictures up here. But this is kit 1, which consists of rye, sockeye, and feather duster. I love it. I have another one because I got anxiety with it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I cast this on, I want to have it again because I loved it so much. So this guy is kit number 1. Kit number 2 is Blue Bayou, chlorophyll, and powdered sugar. Like, it's another amazing choice. Then we move on to kit 3. Sweet Retreat, Feather Duster, and Pink Champagne on Ice. Moving on to kit 4. Table Setting, Powdered Sugar, and Cecilia. Kit number 5 is Grandma Bev, which I really want to know the inspiration behind Grandma Bev. Somebody had to have Grandma Bev that this color was named after. I read it and I was like, oh my goodness, who's Grandma Bev? So anyway, Grandma Bev, Feather Duster, and Early Light. That is kit 5. Kit 6 is Powdered Sugar, Gumshoe, and Dandelion. Kit 7 is Powdered Sugar, Applause, 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 and Periwinkle Passion. Kit 8 is Rye, Ogre, and Ralph, which those 3 colors together are absolutely beautiful. But saying them, it kind of makes me just want to crack out laughing. So, compose myself. Kit 9 is Thank You Note, Blue Bayou, and Boots and Faded Jeans. Kit 10 is Sugar Coated, Powdered Sugar, and Holland Mint. So again, those are available from the Plucky Knitter in 2 bases, Primo Fingering and Legacy Fingering. They are 15% off for a limited time and include the pattern. Plucky is amazing at a quick turnaround. These are all dyed to order, but they're so amazing with a quick turnaround. And it's just great. They're 15% off too. I mean, you can't go wrong. I'm definitely going to pick up a couple of these color combinations just for future patterns. How many thousands, there's probably thousands of 3 color shawl patterns out there. So even if you don't want to knit this one, you can't go wrong with them. You just can't. They are wonderful. They are beautiful. Brandy did an amazing job coming up with them. Love them. So go check them out. If you don't want to get the kit from Plucky, you can go pick up the Playing Favorites shawl pattern on Etsy or Ravelry. It is on sale again, like I said, 40% off, no code needed, until Thursday, May 9th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. I kind of like it like to the side. I see like a lot of people wearing shawls like that. I'm kind of liking this. Look at me trying to be stylish. I don't follow trends. And I don't wear my hand knit pieces enough. I really don't. I really need to get in the habit of doing that more. So, yeah. I like it. Oh, and I forgot to mention the 3 patterns that were the inspiration for this. My beautifully broken shawl. You don't want to see the wrong side. My Chivalry Shawl, my Miracle Pill Cowl are also part of the 40% off sale. They inspired this shawl, so I figured why not throw them on sale? Maybe you can get them all. It's a great variety. Really is. You have a fun cowl. You have a worsted weight cabled shawl. Tons of texture in this baby. And although it looks super complicated, it is very easy. I color coded the pattern, which was actually a collaboration of the testers I had for this pattern, to make it very easy for, hey, if you're working this cable, it's one color. If you're working this cable, it's another color. Makes it a lot easier. Anyway. And then my beautifully broken shawl that just came out probably a couple of months ago at this point. Those are all part of the sale. So great variety. Go grab yourself something and throw it on the needles. Treat yourself, as they say. Okay, we're moving on to dip news. My Granite state, you guys are probably getting sick and tired of seeing this by now. My Rainbow Road sample especially. Although every time I post something new about it, I get great feedback that people love seeing it. So I'll keep posting. I have no problem doing that. I'm going to take this guy off so I can try this on for you. My shawl is blocking, and then she's going to get a dirty tassel, which I'm going to film and have out when this goes into testing. But I'm binding the cowl off. So super excited. So since I'm binding it off, try it on. Half bound off. Seriously? How stinking fun is this? Still not a progress keeper on it. How fun is this? And she didn't have a name. Everybody was asking me, like, oh my gosh, what's her name? What's her name? And she didn't have a name. And so many people were suggesting Light Bright, which it really, like, legit looks like a Light Bright. And I loved my Light Bright as a kid growing up. And I even, oh my gosh, 3-4 years ago in the kids' stockings, I got them little Light Brights that they can put on their nightstands. Super cute. But there's a lot of Light Bright patterns out there, and I don't like taking other names. I like my patterns to have their own name and their own space. So I don't remember where I was, but I was sitting next to Sophia at the time. She was on my phone for some reason, which I don't remember why, because she has her own damn phone, but she's a kid. Kids take their mother's crap, so yeah, if it's mine, it's hers. Ugh. Anyway. The name came to mind, and I grabbed my phone and I wrote it down in there because I'll forget. I have the memory of a goldfish. Be a goldfish, in the great words of Ted Lasso. And anyway, so I had to write it down. And this cowl, my fingernails match it too. Oh my gosh, isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for it. Anyway, I totally have lost my mind at this point. The name for this cowl and the matching shawl is going to be named Spiked Punch. How fun is that? I totally don't drink, but I just thought it was fun. I mean, everybody, like, that's just, it's fun. And the colors I used for this sample are totally selfish. I wanted something that I could just put on and go. I just have a cream tank top on right now, but if I have a t-shirt on, I want to be able to throw something on. If I don't want to have to style my outfit in order to wear this, I freaking love it. Freaking love it. You guys have seen so many reels and shorts and photos of my Granite State Rainbow Road. And yeah, I got another one. I really need to get better at pointing backwards here. It's right up there. And actually, I can grab it. Look at that. It's in the Target basket from last week's episode. I had to get myself another one. But this turned into this. And the instructions are in the pattern for how to avoid pooling. You're going to get a little tiny bit of flashing here and there. I got a tiny bit of flashing here, tiny bit of flashing here when I first joined. But otherwise, it's just a barf of beautiful color. And I'm just so happy. Anyway, the instructions are in the pattern to avoid the pooling. I pulled one end from the center of my cake and the other from the outside. You do have to pay a tiny bit of attention to your cake when you do that. You can't just sometimes I'll just haphazardly let mine fall away or something, and the dog will lay on it or whatever, and I have to just yank it out from under them. Don't do that when you're pulling from both the center and the outside. Badness will happen. But it's super easy way to avoid pooling, and I'm binding off. How awesome is that? I'm using I went through a bunch of different bind offs this morning, but I settled on Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. I think it's going to block down super flat and chunky and exactly what I wanted. So I am so happy, and he will be going into testing either by the time this podcast is out or shortly after. You can check out my Instagram. You can DM me there, or you can check my group out, the Katie DeGroff Knits group on Ravelry, or the thread I'm going to have up on the testing pool for this, the cowl or the shawl. Either or you can test. The test will be due May 21st, so a quicker 3-week turnaround there. However, it's very simple and easy. And while I do completely 100% employ you to go buy Lauren's yarn, and she will have her shop stocked with the 2 colors I used for the shawl, as well as these 2 colors for pattern release, this is meant to be a pattern that you could go and grab any 2 skeins out of your stash for, especially the cowl. The cowl is written and designed to use those super highly variegated skeins that we have in our stash. If I were to just knit this flat in any pattern, I don't care what it is, the pattern's going to get soaked up and lost by the yarn and by the color. I wanted to create something where it didn't matter. So I definitely think I achieved that, and I'm so happy with it. I think I've said it 15 times in the last 5 minutes, and you're probably sick of me, but I'm really happy with it. I really, really like how it came out. So, cannot wait for these spiked punch cowl and shawl to come out. They will be coming out May 23rd. So, I'm just so happy. Oh, smitten. Do have a little bit of happy mail to show you today. I had placed this order earlier in the year, and I waited a little bit for it, and I am so happy with the colors. And I find myself, it's amazing how your tastes change over time. When I first got into designing, I was a single ply nerd. Literally everything I bought, everything I designed, everything I knit was single ply. Everything was single ply. I couldn't imagine myself knitting with anything else. But my taste changed, and I evolved into a tight twist 2-ply junkie. Now I find myself more open to maybe a 4-ply sock or non-superwash. Never in a million years did I ever dream I'd be knitting with that. I placed this order from Coats & Co. And it is on their cottage sock, which is a 4-ply fingering, 75 merino and 25 nylon. I do not know how or what I'm going to use together, but the whole thing works. So I'll show you this one first. I only got one skein of this. This is light peach. So pretty. Just so pretty. And I love this base. It has the ever slightest bit of tooth to it. A lot of times I find a 4-ply sock yarn, a 75-25 4-ply sock yarn it'll be too smooth. And that just I just see pills starting immediately with it. And so I just immediately think it's going to be a pilly yarn. This is like, has the ever slightest tooth, which I think is amazing. So I got one skein of light peach. Then I got 2 of saffron. And these are all in cottage sock. So pretty. I don't know if I am going to use this together or this by itself. Not sure yet. Then I had to pick up 2 skeins of Verdant. Not exactly sure. We're just going to call it a beautiful, awesome green. Is that not cool? I find myself in this oaky, mossy green. I have a lot of it that I've bought this year. So definitely this one's trending in my mind. Then I have one more. I had to pick up this mini set. Try to avoid the crinkles for you. And I can't remember what the mini set was called, but I'll stick it up there. Maybe I should have left some in the damn package. We have everything from this beautiful greeny yellow to this like peachy pink to a golden amber. We have a beautiful teal. We have a seafoamy green, and we have a white. They're all on the cottage sock base. They just go so well together, and they are such classic colors. Now, here's my dilemma. Do I use them with this light peach? But he's the same, so he may be out. Do I stick them with my, what are you called again? With my saffron? Or do I stick them with my green? I'm kind of thinking of sticking them with the green. I think the green would be the nicest touch with these guys. And then maybe stick these guys together. Ooh. I really seriously do need to start knitting more in one color. So this, I hate to say it, but both this color and this color would look amazing by themselves. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But again, they are, Coats and Co. Small indie dyers out of Ohio. And this is their cottage sock. 75-25 minus dog hair. So I got myself some saffron. I got myself some Verdant. We're going to call him that. Or oak mossy green. Some light peach. And then my mini set that I forgot the name of. But I really like it. And I had to get them. I didn't have any of their yarn. And earlier in the year, when I was crazy buying yarn, I wasn't really crazy buying yarn. I was just buying some. I figured, yeah, let's get me some. That's it for Happy Mail for today. Or for this week. And life updates. I guess we got to use our grill for the first time. What is up with this weather again? So help me. Saturday rained all day, like monsooned all day. So we figured, okay, we'll play games, catch up on our TV shows, clean the house on Saturday because Sunday is going to be nice. We'll go outside. Yeah, that didn't happen. Sunday was like 40 and wind. So the wind was like cutting through you. We went to Home Depot. Because we walked outside and we're like, screw this. This isn't happening. So we went to Home Depot. We're like, we'll buy our mulch. We'll buy our stuff. And then we'll just have it. The wind at Home Depot was giving me a headache. It was so cold. So stupid. But by the time we got home, it warmed up a little bit. So we spread our mulch. Got all those together. I did have to grab some soil because I transferred my tomatoes from my hydroponic garden in my kitchen to my windowsill. So I will pop a picture up there for you of my tomatoes and then my jalapenos. My jalapenos are just enjoying soaking up all the hydroponic garden to themselves right now. So I'll let them mature a little bit before I transfer them. But the tomatoes are doing pretty good. They've been in the windowsill now 3-4 days, and they, naturally drooped a little bit from taking them out of the water to soil. But they're perking back up. They're doing pretty good. So it's just been insane with the weather, though, I swear. It was 40 on Sunday. It was almost a real feel of 78 yesterday. We used our grill for the first time. It was awesome. Oh my gosh. I went to the grocery store and they had some corn, fresh corn. And so I made grilled chicken tacos with grilled corn. It was like, oh my gosh, we actually ate outside. It was so nice. So nice. Just a little preview of what is to come. And then this morning, I take the dogs out. And the first thing that hit me was a skunk in the general area. It was almost making my eyes water. It was so strong. Never had it that strong before. And our 3 sides of our property back up to woods. So, we get wildlife here. But we've never smelled it that strong. Beside the point, moving on. The extreme amount of pollen cover all over everything. Oh my gosh. It's not just you can write your name in it. It is thick. Write your name in it. It is horrible. I looked outside on our deck. Our grill's covered in it. The table's covered. I was going to say the TV. We do not have an outdoor TV. The table was covered in it. Like everything. It was crazy. Elizabeth woke up yesterday morning. Her throat was killing her. She could barely talk. That's how I was all last week. Every morning I woke up and it was just hell for the first couple hours I was up. Awful. But I think I'm leveling out. I want to go out there so bad. I'm like looking at my open front door right now and it's like calling my name. But my allergies are like screaming, please save us. Yeah, I don't know what else we have with life updates. Did we even do anything else in the last week? No idea. But by the time you guys see this, the kids will be done with school for the year. So they're so freaking happy about that. And then all they'll have is their state testing, end of the year testing next week, and then they get some time off. So that'll be super fun. This weekend, of course, weather. Oh my goodness. We're supposed to go to the New England Taco Festival on Saturday. Yeah, now it's like a 1,000,000% chance of rain on and off all day. Little rain isn't going to keep us from tacos. Rain can't keep anybody from tacos. I don't care who you are. TV. What have we been watching? Oh my goodness. Sister Wives came back. 1,000-Pound Sisters. They're amazing as always. And Survivor and Amazing Race are great too. But The Last of Us, oh my goodness. We watched this week's episode yesterday. Have you guys caught up? Or do you watch The Last of Us? Oh my goodness. I feel like they're taking us through all the stages of grief. I feel like that's how this is going to go. There were so many times last week I was in awe and I was in shock and I had chest pains and I was like, oh my goodness. And then this week there was so much sadness. I felt like crying so many times this week, but it was like sadness. Seeing Ellie and everyone else miss Joel and seeing, his brother go and like wash his hand and seeing his like watch and everything, and then he left his watch and his jeans and everything for Ellie on the bed, and she was looking in the closet and she saw his jacket he always used to wear. It was just, you feel like you're able to grieve. Wonder if that's why they are doing it this way, because they're literally taking us through the grieving experience. I should ask Sophia, because the little shit loves to look up theory videos. She's crazy. Not crazy, but she loves to do it. I should ask her if they're thinking about the grieving process when they were making these episodes. I'm going to get off of here. Don't forget to go snag yourself the Playing Favorites shawl pattern off of Etsy or Ravelry. They are both 40% off. No code needed until next week, Thursday, May 9th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Also, go check out the Plucky Knitter. They have 10 kits across 2 bases. They're all 15% off. And added bonus, they include the pattern. They're just amazing. I went through them earlier. This is kit 1. Go check them out. Also included in the sale are the 3 patterns that inspired all of the stitch patterns and playing favorites. The Miracle Pill Cowl. My goodness, why is everything upside down when I grab it? The Chivalry Shawl. And the newest of the 3, my Beautifully Broken Shawl. Those are also part of the 40% off pattern on Etsy and Ravelry. So go snag yourself those. There's a great variety of knitting here. If I don't have it up by the time this podcast is out, it will be up this weekend. My spiked punch test. This is the cowl. There's also a shawl. That will be up. You can go join that. Oh, I do have a new video out about my rant on cancel culture, trying to get in makers and crafters' heads that they need to cancel social media and stop watching it as much. That it is essentially sucking the creativity out of us. And we can't make, and we can't create, and we can't love what we make and love what we create. So I had to rant about that, and I didn't want to do that on here. I gave it its own space. Let me know your thoughts. Check out my stash reorganization video and all of the knitting tutorials that I have published. There's a ton. And I am slowly redoing all of my older ones. I just redid the tension trick for slipping multiple stitches at once. That one's out. And I did a purl one, slip one with yarn and back without ever bringing your yarn to the back of your work. That one's out now. That is pertinent because I used the trick in my spiked punch cowl. I hope you guys are liking all the shorts, the little quick bites that I've been posting. Those are super fun. Everybody seems to love watching other people knit. So I do too sometimes. Sometimes I can get lost in it forever if I have I have vestibular migraines, which means my world turns and I'm dizzy. And I literally can't function. So sometimes I cannot knit. For that reason, or my hand will bother me or whatever. So I like to watch other people knit. So as creepy and weird as that is, I like it. So it seems like you guys like it too. Anyway, okay, I'm off. I'm out of here. I'm going to go outside and kill my allergies with all the pollen. But I think it's worth it because it's beautiful out. So go grab playing favorites. Go grab a kit from Plucky. Go grab either the Beautifully Broken Shawl, the Miracle Pill Shawl, or the Chivalry Shawl, or all of them. They are all on sale. Happy knitting, everybody!